Welcome to Beating Cancer Daily. Beating stage 4 cancer for 30 years still takes my breath away every time I say it. I'm Saren, founder of the ComedyCures Foundation, and I hope you'll join me for just a few minutes daily for the next 365 days so we may laugh, learn, maybe cry a little as we live our best days beating cancer daily together. I'll never forget the first night I was diagnosed with cancer, and I ended up laughing and crying, and I was so happy that cancer had not robbed my sense of humor. Have you found you're funny again since you were diagnosed? I remember one guy saying to me in the chemo room, "What's so funny about cancer?" Anyway, I think there's a lot of funny things about cancer. We call it tumor humor. I did not invent tumor humor, but I have certainly taken it to a whole nother level. Some of you may know that I started the ComedyCures Foundation from my chemo chair, my first chemo treatment, because I wanted to bring comedy into the trenches of treatment. And from that day till now, I've done it for over 1 million people worldwide. But this concept of tumor humor, I love it because once you're inside here, inside this world of this cancer experience, whether you're a patient, a caregiver, a healthcare worker, a pharmaceutical rep, a phlebotomist, you have a unique view, a unique 360 view about the absurdities that we go through in this cancer experience. So I actually challenged myself a few years ago, and I wanted to see if I could write 31 days of comedy based on truth, based on my truthful experience about cancer. 31 days. So I set out to do it. People didn't think I could do it. They didn't think cancer was funny, or they didn't think that I'd have enough material. Oh boy, did I have enough material. So throughout this podcast, I'm going to share my tumor humor with you. I won't give it to you all at one time. We did that when I launched this self-competition. Could I write 31 days of comedy about my cancer journey based on real incidences and thoughts and feelings and experiences, not only as a patient, but also from the caregiver's point of view? I did it in 31 days, and someone actually said I couldn't do it, and they challenged me with a donation. And they said that for every person who liked or forwarded my tumor humor, they would make a $10 donation to the ComedyCures Foundation, which I founded. And they never thought they'd have to pay out money. And I have to tell you, people took it up so quickly and started forwarding it that before you knew it, in just a fraction of the time, I ended up raising over $23,000 from likes and forwards of this tumor humor that I created. And the person came running to me and was like, stop, we have to stop. You're not even a fraction through the month. And I've already gone over my budget of 20,000, which I never, ever thought that you would ever hit. So just being gracious, I stopped the competition, my self-competition, at 23,000+ being donated to the nonprofit, the ComedyCures Foundation. And I kept doing the challenge. We just didn't get that donation every time that someone liked or shared. So I have 31 days to share with you over the course of this entire podcast. But today I'm just going to share one with you. And this is just a silly one, but it's really visual. And it's considering wearing a skeleton costume to my next x-ray just for LOLs. I don't know about you, but I had so many scans. I had so many scans over 2.5 years that they finally came to me and said, we're not giving you any more radiation because you've had way past your quota of radiation in your lifetime. And that's because I was at stage 4 cancer and it was not responding. So I just had to get scanned constantly because they were trying to see where my cancer spread to and all that drama. But just this thought that I would walk into a scanning center in a skeleton costume and lie down on the table and get scanned in an x-ray. I don't know. The visual of that just makes me laugh and makes me really happy. That is an example of tumor humor. And I'm sure you have your own moments of things that happened that you really understand if you're in this situation. Maybe other people who haven't been in our situation don't see the humor of it, or they're afraid to laugh because they don't want to offend you. I let people make fun of me and my journey and laugh about it because it wasn't mean spirited necessarily. It just was interesting to hear other people's fears about cancer come out in this process. So I hope that's just the tip of the iceberg and that through beatingcancerdaily.com, we can really explore this concept and I can help you develop your comic perspective. I'm that kind of person that laughs inappropriately, like if someone stumbles, and maybe it's just nervousness, or maybe it's just liking slapstick humor. Or some people say sometimes you laugh because you wish it weren't you. You're so happy that it's not you, but that's not it. I don't know. I find most things funny or can find the humor in most things. So part of this podcast will be about me sharing my goofy humor with you and you hopefully seeing the joy in it, and also me helping you develop your comic perspective. But it goes two ways. So I would love to hear your tumor humor. You can share it with me, and you can also call our laugh line, which is 1-888-HA-HA-HA-HA. It's free 24 hours a day. That's 1-888-HA-HA-HA-HA. And if you like numbers, it's 1-888-424-2424. 1-888-424-2424. And if you press 1, there's a professional comedian. If you press 2, it's a silly amateur joke. And if you press 3, this is my favorite part, you can tell me a joke and you can share your tumor humor and I will appreciate it. And we can even share it back on our laugh line and or make an audiogram. So thank you. And I am anticipating getting your tumor humor. Have a blessed day. If you've enjoyed this podcast, then I'd love to ask for you to go to ComedyCures.org and check out our membership circle levels. You will find even more resources and more programming, like our live virtual Q&A sessions with me, our live Comedy Cures events with our very talented comedians, live health builder workshops with Jackie Bryan, hosted by me, a robust monthly newsletter, plus much more. It's really an exciting community. So please consider becoming a member, giving it as a gift, telling your friends, telling your hospital support group all about this community. I can't think of a more empowering way to go through a cancer journey or your survivorship or your caregiving experience than with us at Beating Cancer Daily. It's truly an honor to serve you. Thanks so much. See you tomorrow. Guess what time it is? It's time for me to read the disclaimer. Beating Cancer Daily and the membership circle are not in lieu of medical advice or treatment. They are for entertainment purposes only. Please consult your healthcare team to review your best strategy. Thanks for listening.